Hey, everybody, welcome. Patriot Foods Podcast. U.S. only, my friends, supporting the U.S. farmer and fighting against imported food that's changing our markets and putting many of us, out of business. Many of us. Today, we want to talk about what is in the grocery store, what is coming from overseas, what is changing our markets. It's not just changing the value, right? It's not just changing the value of our product. It's getting so bad now, folks, we can't even sell our product, okay? A lot of the product goes into frozen. We can't sell it for fresh because Mexico's coming in heavy. The Canadians are coming in heavy. Peru's coming in heavy. Argentina, Uruguay, Brazil. I mean, the list goes on and on. Chile. It's insane. It's insane and it's out of control. You know, my family's been in this farming thing since 1961, West Michigan blueberry farmers, and we've seen a lot of changes. But there's one change that we're not seeing getting any better. It's not going back. Once in a while, you have a bad year, then you have 3 good years, then you have another bad year, then you have 3 more good years. We're not having any more good years, guys. We're under pressure from the Canadians, the Canadian fruit. We're under pressure from Peru, the Peruvian fruit. Okay. I'm going to show you some things that are in the local grocery store here where I spend my hard earned money, where I shop. You know, it's a Meyer store. It's right into Grand Haven, Michigan. It's where I spend my money and I shop with my family. And I tell you, you can hardly buy anything from this country anymore in these stores. And it's not about throwing the retailer under the bus. It's about the truth. It's about what's going on. It's about what you're being fed. Okay. You know, they get this produce, these fruits for a song out of Mexico. Super cheap, right? But you don't get the break. You don't get the break at the retail level. You don't get the cheaper price at the retail level, do you? No, you don't. But they buy cheaper, okay? They buy cheaper out of Mexico. So what happens in a nutshell is they say, "Hey Adam, hey Patriot, whoever's selling that commodity at that time, whether it's a Florida grower, whether it's a Georgia grower, or New Jersey, North Carolina, California, it doesn't matter. Strawberries guys, tomato guys, pepper guys, it doesn't matter. What this does coming out of Mexico is it changes the value. It changes the value of the crop, okay? So the retailer is only going to pay with what they can get out of Mexico. They're going to say, "Listen, Adam, we can get these tomatoes out of Mexico so much a crate. We don't need your tomatoes out of Florida, okay? Unless you can match the price coming out of Mexico." And that's a big, big problem, guys. And that's what's putting the American farmer out of business. Really, it is. You know, these farmers in America built these retailers, they built these stores, they developed these farms, and they do it right, guys. They do it right. They pass the food safety audits, they pay their taxes, they pay their fuel, they fertilize right, they spray the right stuff so people don't get sick. What's coming over from Mexico? What's in it, right? What's in it? What did they spray it with? What did they irrigate it with? Okay. Here's some stuff out of Grand Haven Myers I want to share with you that just upsets me a little bit because, again, I spend a lot of money in that store. Okay. That's where I'm from, is Grand Haven, Michigan. So here we got sliced peaches. Okay. The True Goodness by Meyer. Okay. True Goodness by Meyer, right? Sliced peaches. Sometimes it's hard to find where this stuff is from. Okay. They like to hide it. They like to hide it. By law, they have to tell you the origin of the fruits or vegetables. Okay. By law. Sometimes it's hard to find. So here we are. Product of Argentina. Argentina. Okay. I guess Georgia doesn't grow enough peaches, or maybe they're not cheap enough. Michigan grows peaches. Okay, maybe a little bit of work talking to farmers and building more markets for a Michigan peach or a Georgia peach. I mean, any part of the country that grows peaches, okay? Maybe talking with some farmers and building that relationship again, the peach farmers could plant more peaches, right? And we can make our country stronger again, right? So here we go. The peaches, Argentina. Because it's easier to bring peaches in from Argentina, and it makes more sense to ship them all the way here for the green guys. It just makes more sense, right? Why would you plant more peaches in Michigan or Georgia or wherever else we can? New York, wherever else we get. Let's just get them from Argentina, okay? Let's not give the farmers any more work here, right? Here we go again, guys. Chili, blueberries, blueberries. I'm a blueberry guy, right? So this sits kind of close to home. I have blueberries in the freezer right now that I can't sell. I cannot sell them in the state of Michigan right now. But Meyer Corp has them in the freezer so you can buy as many as you want in this beautiful circus bag from Chile. Okay? It's nice. That's nice. Here we go again. What do we got here? Well, they're strawberries. And of course, they're from Mexico, right? Because it's just cheaper for buyers to get them from Mexico. I mean, you have farms like Wish Farms and big farms in California. Wish Farms is out of Florida. They do a wonderful job. You know, you have big strawberry farms in this country that do a wonderful job. But listen, guys, they don't do a good job like Mexico does for Myers, okay? Okay. Oh, that bag wasn't big enough, okay? They get them really cheap out of Mexico. So I have to chuckle a little bit. I can't be serious all the time. I'm being serious, but I'm being funny at the same time, okay? So here you go, Myers, right? Mexico. Can we make the bag any bigger? Really? Really? Why don't we do something different? Why don't we support the American farmer? Why don't we try something different? Why don't we help the American farmer plant more fields? Why don't we keep the money at home? Why don't we teach our children how to farm instead of scaring them out of it? You can hardly get a teenager to work on the farm anymore. Why is that? Well, it's because he's seeing granddad and dad struggling and the bank coming in and taking this and that and the other thing. Why does he want to learn farming? This is national security, folks. This is my first podcast video. I'm a farmer. I'm not a podcast guy. I'm not a guy, I'm not an influencer, if you will. I'm a farmer. And if we don't get our act together, we're going to be in big trouble as a country. And this is what all my podcasts are going to be about. It's going to be about how to stabilize the farming industry, how we need to treat our farmers, how the government needs to treat our farmers. We don't want handouts. We're not looking for handouts. We want our markets back. We built these Walmarts of the world. We built these Myers. We built these Costco's. We built these Sam's Clubs. We built the Kroger's, the Aldi's. I'm telling you, okay? Now, we build this business. We build this business. We get this business together. We're farming. We're doing a great job. And they get stuff in cheap. We can't compete with Mexico, guys. We can't compete with them. We can't buy the land cheap enough to compete with them. Okay? We follow the food safety rules of this country. We grow the stuff safe for your consumption. Okay? We do it right. We do it by the book. We can't compete with that. And we don't have slave labor. We pay competitive wage laws just like everybody else does in this country. We don't have slave labor. And excuse me for my phrasing of that. But that's what it is coming out of Peru and Mexico. Okay. Look at Peru. Look at Peru. Let's talk about Peru. Do you know Peru is one of the largest blueberry growers of the world? Do you know where their irrigation's coming from? What you have is the Andes Mountains. One side of the mountains, you have the Amazon rainforest, okay? The other side of the mountains, you have desert, okay? It's fertile soil, okay? But it don't get no rain. It don't rain on the other side of the Andes, okay? What the Peruvians did, they drilled these massive irrigation tunnels through the Andes Mountains. They're pulling water out of the Amazon River. And tell me that's not changing the ecosystem in the Amazon. It is, because it is, okay? So when you support these countries and you support their food and you buy their food, whether it's a pint of blueberries or a bag of strawberries, whatever it may be, or asparagus, and again, Michigan has beautiful asparagus. Listen, when you support these countries, what you're doing, in a nutshell, is you're messing with their ecosystem. For one thing, the cartels in Mexico are pretty much the farmers in Mexico, okay? That's a whole nother podcast. But what you're supporting slave labor coming out of Mexico and Peru. You have no food safety. You're putting your neighbor out of business. You're stopping your neighbor from planting another field, right? Because he's doing so good by feeding you and keeping food on your table. Okay? You're stopping him from planting another field. You're really putting him out of business. Okay? So, what I ask from everybody today and to take away from this first podcast of Patriot Foods, what do you want? Do you want Mexico to feed you? Do you want Peru to feed you? What do you want? Where are we going, guys? Where are we going? It's up to you. It's up to you what you take off the shelf. Where are we going to go with this? I got an idea. Why don't you go to patriotfoods.com? Why don't you shop online? Why don't you see what's on sale and support us? And you need to spread us all over your social media. We got to start sticking up for ourselves, guys. We got to start doing the right thing, or we're going to be on the outside looking in. It's coming like a freight train. I promise. I promise. You can't go to college and learn how to farm. No, Junior learns that from mom, dad, grandpa, grandma on the farm. That's who feeds this country. Hey guys, thanks for your support. Thank you for watching. Thank you for giving me a little bit of time out of your day. Hey, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, all the platforms, TikTok. I'm telling you, we need your support. Like us, share us, tell your friends, farmers, call us. The number's at the screen, right on the screen, okay? Farmers, call us. We want to hear your story. We want to get you on the podcast. I want to talk to you. Let's talk about different things on the farming industry. And I'm telling you guys, we're gonna fight this thing. We're gonna get our markets back. We're gonna get them back. I feel good about it. And I'm not gonna stop until we're in a much better position in this country, okay? God bless.